This year's Token 2049 in Singapore has wrapped. Every time I come to a conference like this, I prefer to read the industry from the booths, not the stage. That view usually tells you more than any keynote. And the changes this year were super clear. Way more AI projects and traditional financial institutions showing up much more actively. The venue expanded from the usual 3 or 4 floors to 5, with denser programming and a wider spread of themes. My biggest takeaway? Exchanges are still the main characters, while the number of Layer 1 and Layer 2 booths has dropped sharply. That shift isn't random. Since 2024, regulation around the world has been landing faster. Especially in the US, rules around crypto custody, stablecoin compliance, and tokenized assets trading are taking shape, and the SEC and CFTC are drawing cleaner lines around market boundaries. Or in another word, the long-standing gray zone of legality is shrinking, and for the first time, there's a real formal pathway bridging crypto and traditional finance. Because of that, more and more legacy institutions are stepping in, pulling crypto finance from ideal to real. Walking the halls, I noticed a clear rise in on-chain DXs and market-making teams, and way more interest in on-chain perps and exchanges. That's not just hype rotating, it's a restructuring of the industry. Since FTX collapsed in 2022, the trust shock and tighter oversight have pushed traders to rethink transparency and safety rails. And as rules clarify, compliance costs are rising in tandem. The question for everyone is whether innovation can keep going inside this new framework. In this shift, Hyperliquid stands out, and honestly, it is the brightest star this year. With verifiable on-chain matching, Hyperliquid shows a truly decentralized exchange can work, reminding the market that performance and transparency aren't mutually exclusive. More teams are now chasing that path, rebuilding compliance, efficiency, and trust into one stack under regulatory constraints. At the same time, some traditional centralized exchanges are quietly repositioning, moving custody on-chain, making clearing more transparent, and adding verifiable components to parts of their matching. That's partly a regulatory response and partly preparation for a possible hybrid trading architecture future. Meanwhile, a deeper threat is unfolding. During Token 2049, the US SEC has been drafting a plan that, if passed, could bring tokenized equities to on-chain circulation sooner than many expect. That would push the TradFi blockchain merger from concept level to policy level. Whomever catches that wave first can claim new ground at the intersection of regulation and liquidity. No wonder TradFi's presence was so visible this year. From trading infrastructure to data services, from custody to clearing. They're no longer watching from the sidelines. They're finding their place in the new space. It's not just crossover, it's a kind of return to the baseline, where finance's core logic realigns with technology. On the flip side, it's pretty clear speculation space is shrinking and the market tempo is speeding up. Long-term investors and institutions are taking over the field. Tokens' fundamentals, long-term potential, and growth speed are replacing sentiment and pure hype as the real edge. So what matters from this Token 2049 isn't some headline quote. It's the power shift behind the boosts. AI and TradFi stepping in, Layer 1 and Layer 2 stepping back, and on-chain exchanges stepping up. Decentralization and compliance aren't enemies anymore. They're slowly blending in practice. The conference may be over, but the next race for financial infrastructure is just getting started.